Alright guys, welcome back to the 139th episode of this review series where I review everything in Fortnite Save the World. For this episode, I'm going to be doing a review on the Cannonade. And first, let's go over the perks I put on it. For the build, I put a crit build, which means 1 crit rating and as much crit damage as I can possibly put on the weapon. So for the first perk, I put a crit rating. For the second perk, a magazine size. For the third perk or the element, there is energy, fire, nature, physical, or water. And fire is good against nature enemies, nature is good against water enemies, and water is good against fire enemies. And then physical is good against enemies with no element. While energy is good against any type of elemental enemy except against elemental enemies. It has a 25% damage reduction. And then for the fourth perk, I put the crit damage. For the fifth perk, I put damage. And for the sixth, or the special perk, mine is on hit bolt splinters into shrapnel, dealing 40% damage in a cone behind the target. And it has a 1.5 second cooldown. And then for the hero loadout, for the commander I'm using Star Spangled Headhunter, and what she has is Spoils of War Plus. Warcry grants 50% chance for each shot to cost no ammo. And then the team perk Happy Holidays reduces your ability cooldowns by 40% and stacks independently from other cooldown reduction perks, and requires 3 heroes with 2 or more stars. Then for the support team, we got Enduring Machine from 8-Bit Demo. Explosive weapons have a 20% chance to not consume ammo with each shot. Faster Explosions from Demolitionist Penny increases launcher damage by 17%. Avast Mateys from Blakebeard the Blackhearted increases cannonball damage by 20%. Leadership from Colonel Wildcat decreases Warcry cooldown by 17%. And lastly, Survivalist from Survivalist Jonesy or Birthday Brigade Jonesy, and they both do the same thing, which is eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes with additional eliminations. And anyway, the gameplay you're seeing in the background is a part of level 132, Destroy the Encampments mission, and I was joined with one other player. And so how you're gonna play with this weapon is, firstly, whenever your Warcry is available, you're gonna make sure you pop that, because what that does is, with your commander, you have a 50% chance whenever Warcry is active for each shot to cost no ammo. So that means whenever you shoot, if it costs no ammo, then the shot stays in the weapon, and it basically just gives it a higher magazine size. And also with Enduring Machine from 8-Bit Demo, you have a 20% chance for it to cost no ammo, except this one is always active, so you don't need a Warcry for this. So the reason you need these 2 heroes and also the magazine size on the Cannonade is because the main drawback of the Cannonade is whenever you're reloading, you can't kill enemies, as with any other weapon. But what's so big about this is it takes 3 seconds to reload, and that's a pretty long time. It doesn't sound very long, but in the middle of a fight, that is pretty long. So why this is good is because you could just spray away with your Cannonade, just exploding everything to maximize the time that you're spraying down the enemy and minimizing the time that you're actually reloading. And now for the damage of this weapon. It's pretty good, like against hordes and high health enemies. It's an explosive weapon, so of course it deals with both of them really well. And I would say this weapon and this hero loadout by far is my favorite build in the game. Like, nothing else goes even close to it. And the Cannonade definitely isn't the best explosive weapon in the game, but the reason it is my favorite compared to something like the Egg Launcher, which does a ton more damage, the reason this one is way better in my opinion is because it actually explodes on impact. Whereas with the Egg Launcher, or say like the Thumper or something, with the Egg Launcher you shoot it, and if it doesn't hit the enemy, it'll just stick in the ground until an enemy walks over it. And the Cannonade doesn't do that. If you miss the enemy and actually hit the ground next to it, it'll explode anyway. So that's really good, because every shot you shoot actually does something. And then with the Thumper, if you don't hit the enemy, it just starts bouncing around everywhere, going on its own journey somewhere else. And then the Cannonade, it just sticks right there and just explodes on impact, hitting anything you want. And now that I've hyped this up so much, one drawback that's a really big deal is that the ammo that you're gonna need for this is insane. You're gonna need a ton of coal before you can even play with this weapon, because you're just gonna go through all your deposits of coal, and you're gonna run out pretty quickly, but I'd say that's a good price to pay for just pure destruction. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because I do these review videos where I review everything in Fortnite Save the World 3 times a day. And also like, comment, and share so that more people can see my videos. But anyway guys, I'll see you next time.